I want to ask you about Trump, because in Vanity Fair Diaries, you have this this brilliant graph, this brilliant sort of clutch of sentences where you, because you knew Trump before he was this Trump, and you sort of knew him in New York, and he was what you call an entertaining con man.
That's right.
You, in a way, saw what was coming because you actually write that the American public like this.
That's right. I did. I read the manuscript of his book, The Art of the Deal, when it was just this business guy who'd written a book. And I bought it for Vanity Fair to extract it because I loved the voice of the book. I thought it was hilarious. And I just thought, but I thought it was all, I said, I think it's bullshit, but it's entertaining bullshit and people are going to love it. And that's exactly right. He was, in those days, a much more sort of ebullient, sort of funny Barnum and Bailey guy. I mean, a real sort of New York character, such as we're used to. Outrageous. I mean, he used an expression, which is good actually, where he said he thinks that people like hyperbole. He said about sort of fake hyperbole. They like to think there's something bigger out there to aspire to, even though they know that it isn't really true. So he understood that.
The acting quotient.
The acting quotient and the idea of thinking big. We can all be huge, but actually, of course, we can't all be huge. But it's a fantasy that people like, particularly Americans. So he was an entertaining character in those days, and
a likable one. One of the things you wrote in Vanity Fair Diaries is that his bullshit had a certain authenticity. Explain that.
Well, I think that is true. I think Trump that is his appeal. He is authentic. He's an authentic bullshitter, if there is such a thing,
Yeah.
But he was much
What's
lighter.
An authentic bullshitter? Like, that sounds like an oxymoron.
I know, well, it is an oxymoron. That's what his appeal is, essentially. Is like, he sort of he half believes it. And he
wings the rest.
And he wings the rest.
Yeah.
And the rest of it he just hopes might come true, or he'll pretend he didn't say it. It's all the same thing.